of 77 WABC or Cumulus Media.
Hey girl, what's up? I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that? No, shut up for a second. There's like a light in the sky, or...
It's the Frankie Russo show. What's going on here?
Something. Oh no, oh my god, it's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me! Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo show. And here's Frankie!
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo. Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. Special shout out. I don't know, man. If you can call it that anyway. I don't know, I'm watching the hearings this week with the Comey thing, and then I get waking up out of my sleep, what's going on in Dallas? I don't know what to talk about. It's crazy. What a crazy week. Comey admits, according to the chairman of the Congressional Oversight Committee, Hillary Clinton allowed uncleared individuals. Yeah. In other words, they didn't go through security clearance. Access to classified information. What else more do we need to know? What else more do we need to know? And then I get woken up out of my sleep with a dude with a some sort of rifle killing cops. What's going on over here? I tell you, people are entitled to protest, but once violence happens, I'm sorry. We're done. Once someone comes to me and says, well, Frankie Russo, those people with the guns, those people with Black Lives Matter, they're angry. So, they could be angry. They could protest peacefully. Does that mean they have a right to kill innocent people? Craziness. 800-848-9222. Just a little sidebar before I get into, because I want to get into this Hillary Clinton email thing. My friend, my African-American brother called me up, told, I'm running around, this whole week is crazy. Telling me, what's going on. The Minnesota mayor claimed that those two people that were on, those two African-American individuals that were killed by two white cops, the Minnesota mayor claimed it was racism. I'm like, for real? He said, yeah. He said the Minnesota mayor said it was racism. Well, I said, I saw both of them. I saw some of the unfortunate video on these hits. One, the dude was on the ground. I don't want to hear that one. The other dude that was in the car, that was kind of, the optics. I got to be real about it. The optics didn't look good. But that Minnesota mayor, I asked my African American brother, the mayor said that? I said, yes, let me ask you a question. Is he a white boy? He goes, yeah. I said, oh, that explains everything. We got a lefty white boy mayor not even allowing this thing to go to any sort of investigation and drawing conclusions without even finding out all the data. Stoking the flames, and now we got Dallas. Right? And quite frankly, this fake fraud president, Obama, didn't help the situation either. 800-848-9222. So, hey, you want to protest? You want to follow these fake leaders? I don't know. I really feel bad for the youth today. There's no end game. This Black Lives Matter? I'm for all lives matter, quite frankly. And hey, you could protest, peacefully protest. I don't want to hear. Once violence starts, we're done. 800-848-9222. Now I want to move into this Hillary Clinton thing, okay? So we spoke about the chairman and then Trey Gowdy. Oh my God, Trey Gowdy whacked Comey. My brother from another mother from Texas, Congressman Hurd, he said the things we were saying up in here at 77 WABC for the last few weeks. How could the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, take a server outside of the U.S. State Department network, put it in the basement of a house, allow unsecured individuals access to classified information? How is it that not intent? It's gross negligence. How is it that gross negligence with intent? I mean, it's mind-boggling to me. 800-848-9222. Okay. Breaking news. Breitbart News. Hillary Clinton shared an email network with the Clinton Foundation. Yes, she did. Hillary Clinton's private email server was housed at the same location. According to Comey, it was there, then it was moved to Chappaqua, and on the same network as an email server used and operated by the Clinton Foundation. Records reveal that Hillary Clinton's private ClintonEmail.com server shared an IP address with her husband Bill Clinton's server, PresidentClinton.com. Both servers were housed in New York City, not in the basement of Clinton's Chappaqua, but according to Comey, it was moved. Web archives show that PresidentClinton.com web address was being operated by Clinton Foundation as of 2009, when Hillary Clinton registered her own ClintonEmail.com server. Crazy stuff. Numerous Clinton Foundation employees used PresidentClinton.com server for their own email addresses, which means they were using email accounts that, if hacked, would have given any hacker complete access to Hillary Clinton's State Department emails. So let me ask you all a question. We know she shared an email network with the Clinton Foundation. We know that security was a total amateur hour, right? We know that the IT tech, right? He pleaded 120, he took the fifth like 125 times, right? Yeah. And we also know that he was a low level tech. Maybe purposely, right? Conceivably, we're looking at something a little more sinister than just having a server and doing this for convenience. We're looking at a fake fraudulent server, maybe a ruse fake, a total deceptive server, right? Maybe sitting there with all our secrets to be hacked. 800-848-9222. Let's go. Let's hear from Donald Trump. And when we come back, we're going to take some calls. This is the Frankie Russo show. Yeah.
She thinks it's all about her. I know it's all about you. I know it's all about making America great again for all Americans. All Americans. Our country lost its way when it stopped putting the American people really first. We have to go back to putting our American people first.
What I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. You got to remember, the only way we know she's based on those congressional oversight committees, we know that Hillary Clinton is, they're going to catch her in they're going to catch her in, look at the lies that Trey Gotti caught her in. So it's going to, lying, crooked Hillary is going to stick. Okay?
We need a change.
That's
but
right.
Not an Obama
Tell him,
change.
DT.
We need a real change. We don't need Hillary Clinton, who's a disaster. Hillary Clinton knows nothing about trade. She knows nothing about business except getting business and money into her own account.
That's all she knows. 800-848-9222. So we got to vote for America's CEO, Donald J. Trump, November 8th. All Donald Trump, go to rsbn.tv, Right Side Broadcasting Network, for all Trump rallies, RSBN website. 800-848-9222. Going to kick to some calls now. Let's go to Joey at Toms River. We got to move tonight. What's up, Joey?
Frankie, how are you? Yeah, you're as upset as I am, Frankie. You know, I never expected this Comey to make that decision, especially after the first 12 minutes of what he was saying.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable. But, you know, I've heard other people talk about something that made a lot of sense. I think what this guy did was not put the country in a predicament. He did the same thing that Roberts did from the Supreme Court when he had to make a decision on Obamacare. I think he went that same route.
My brother, you know, I don't know about all that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. There were some, like you said, I've heard some people on television, on radio, claim that it was another Chief Justice Roberts move.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
You know, Joey, in all due respect, when are we going to get? That's why Donald Trump's got to get. We got to get Donald Trump elected.
No, I understand.
We got to get somebody that's going to stand up for the right thing over here.
I hear you.
Right? I mean, come on. What is this? She's going to call up George Will. Hey, Georgie, you're at Never Trump. You want to come over here? And then she's going to say what? Oh, Georgie, you want access to classified documents? No problem. Ask Comey. You're in. I mean, she could just, China, Russia, Iran, anybody, you and me can access this thing.
Yeah, but I'm curious about why Comey didn't want to get into the Clinton Foundation, on whether or not there were charges or investigating that issue.
That's a great point. Now, you know, we spoke about it. I was going to get into that tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of my lead stories where there's actual evidence that they've maybe conceivably they've commingled. So it's like a ruse to me.
Yeah,
this server
maybe
is
they're
like
just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Exactly, and this server is like fake and fraudulent to try to hide what they're really doing with this foundation. I think
I can't understand why the lawyers got off the hook. They're saying, the Clintons are saying now that the lawyers had clearance, that they were able to see secret documents. I never heard that before.
Unbelievable. This whole thing is like, you can't make this stuff up. And then everybody's telling me how much of this Comey guy, how he's such a high level guy.
I stood in front of that TV for 5 hours the other day. I never missed a beat.
Did you see where Trey Gowdy was whacking him?
He was wonderful.
He was shrinking. I think eventually Comey was going to go under the desk. It was unbelievable. My brother Joey, thank you for the call, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you. 800-848-9222. The Associated Press is exposing the security flaws in Hillary Clinton's email setup, and it's devastating. And like we said earlier, one cybersecurity expert quoted in the piece, this is Breitbart News, described Clinton's server as total amateur hour. Total. It's a setup, people. This is all a distraction. That server is fake. I don't have the statistically significant data yet to prove it. I'm telling you, man. I believe it's going to come out. Yo, Cottrell from Brooklyn. Let's kick to some more calls. Cottrell from Brooklyn. You're on the Frankie Russo Show, 77 WABC.
Good Saturday morning to you, Frankie.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. What do we got going on tonight?
I just wanted to say that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has hinted that she will retire if Mr. Trump becomes president.
As my Italian grandmother would say, disgrazia.
I see. What does that mean, sir?
Disgusting.
I see. Well, in your translation, I say molto bene.
Very good, Cottrell. Very good.
Right. I mean, you can't live in Brooklyn without picking up a little bit of the opera, you know?
I'm telling you, my brother, this stuff is crazy, right?
Yes. Yeah, but I just posted on your Facebook page as well as mine the rules that judges are supposed to keep certain statements private, not give them to the press.
Right? Is that a first for a Supreme Court justice to take a position like that? It's got to be.
Technically, it is not because when the day after 9/11, the Supreme Court got up and appointed the statements of President Bush. That was the first time it had ever happened.
Yeah, but bro, think about this, right? That's a different situation. The country's trying to come together, September 11th. This situation, this is a presidential election. Sure. What is she going to tell me? Donald Trump's temperament? As Hillary Clinton allows access to people that don't have security clearance, like you and me, access to classified documents. Comey said she did do that. I mean, come on. I mean, how do you even compare what she has done? I mean, what, Trump doesn't say it the way everybody wants to hear it? Well, good for him. Hey, Cottrell, thank you for the call, my brother.
Have a great day.
You too, my brother. Thank you. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Carmela in New Jersey. What's poppin', Carmela?
Hello. How are you doing today?
Beautiful. How about you?
You're sounding wonderful as usual. Listen,
thank you so much.
I just want you to know, Frankie, I called my police department and thanked them for the job they do, for protecting us, and just it's just so great. I wish everybody would just do that. Let the police officers know how great they are in your community. I'm in Cedar Grove. I'm here in Jersey.
God bless you.
They were so appreciative, and it was just a genuine thank you to them, and to stay safe.
That's a beautiful thing, Carmela. Thank you so much. I concur with you. You know, people are allowed to protest. No problem. It's America. But once violence starts, and you're going to start singling out our police force, the NYPD. You know, I'm from Brooklyn. The NYPD is amazing. I mean, I just don't understand. People, we have to start to understand what's going on over here. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody looks for a white cop hitting a black dude, or a black cop hitting a white dude. Nobody wants to talk about it. Look at all the murders that are going on throughout the country. Chicago. I mean, it's not even. We're not talking about last year. We're talking about last week.
I know, and it's
black men are whacking other black men. Nobody wants to talk about that.
No, they don't want to talk about what's going on.
What's going on? Because, and you know something, it's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with let's get this fixed, man.
What can we do? What's the cure for this?
We have to get the leaders. We got to get. I believe we got to get Donald Trump in the White House, the first one, and then we could start to bring this country back. Start to get everybody starting to feel good about themselves. Bring prosperity back, jobs back. Bring the money that all these corporations are hiding because of taxes. Bring it back to the country. Carmela, thank you for the call.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for accepting my call.
Absolutely.
Stay safe. God bless you.
You too. God bless you. 800-848-9222. Let's go to April in Astoria. How are you, April?
Astoria, Queens. Okay, I'm fine.
That's a big Greek contingent there, right?
Well, it was like 30 years ago, but slowly becoming a lot of people from the Midwest and California, young singles are moving in.
Nice. Hey, listen, New York is a big melting pot of all people from all over the world, hundreds of different languages. Hey, that's what makes this country. That's what makes this country great. No.
Yeah, The only thing is, they have to have ties. Young people don't usually have ties to the community.
That's a great idea. That's my argument. That's my argument. I have no problem. My grandparents came from Italy.
Yeah.
And they assimilated. They learned the language. They became American. Either if you're going to come here, no problem. Come here legally. You could keep whatever language you were speaking, whether it be Spanish, Italian, Greek.
No, these are all Americans. These are all.
Oh, these are all Americans. Oh, great. That's beautiful.
Yeah, they're all Americans. But the thing is, they're young, in their early 30s, and they're not thinking of themselves as, I'm an historian. They're probably saying, I'm here.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
They're hanging out at the cafes. They're going into restaurants in the city. They're not. They're just saying, hey, this is a good place to visit.
Absolutely. So what do you want to say about the police officers?
Yeah, look, this is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm here.
I know this problem could be solved. It could have been solved years ago, but they don't want to do it, and I don't know why. See, my husband, he used to be auxiliary on Long Island, and he was on the rescue squad, and he said, April, the cops there are crooked cops. I see them every day. See, it's just like a classroom. When you're in school, like elementary, high school, junior high school, the kids know each other.
So you're saying? So what are you saying? I don't understand.
It's like the brotherhood. They have this brotherhood where they don't want to snitch on each other. All the good cops on the average cops.
So what are you saying? I don't understand. So what are you saying?
I'm saying that the good cops should not be so closed that they have to keep quiet. If they should be able, with no feeling of being reprimanded or called a snitch, they should tell their higher-uppers who are the ones that are on the edge of freaking out because they have problems and their fingers are easy on the trigger, or prejudiced cops, because there are prejudiced cops. My husband says everyone knows them, but no one tells on them. So they want to go to the death and ruin their whole image of the cops.
Well, quite frankly, I'm not saying I'm pro NYPD.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm not saying that all that means all of NYPD is all good. Right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
But how are we gonna? We have to rely on. We have to trust somebody to keep the order.
They should have something new. They should have something new.
But April, how do we keep order if we don't trust the police force? I don't understand.
We will trust the police force if we know the good police are on our side and will snitch on the bad apples in the group.
But you want to know something?
They have to get them out.
But you want to know something, April? In all due respect, and I'm going to agree to disagree with you on this one. I do understand what you're trying to say, that not all the police officers are good, and I agree with you. But if we don't, for example, we had a program called Muslim Mapping, right? And it mapped all of the. It was able to map, for example, a radical Islamist from Florida came into the New York area to case where he was going to bomb. And we had it down to such a sophistication. We didn't have to survey the mosque. We had it down to a statistical probability, a statistical significance where these radical Islamists would be. We had it so well done with the demographics unit with the NYPD that he came from Florida. They were. I read this article a few weeks ago. They were waiting for this guy all the way down in Fort Lauderdale as he got off the train. From his casing of all of the where he was going to bomb in New York, the police cars were waiting for this guy to get off the train. So it's programs like this. If people felt safer, if people felt where jobs are coming and prosperity is coming back, I think people have a better outlook on the way America's going. And I think also too, because the police is under so much pressure. It's a tough job. April, thank you for the call, and I'm pro, NYPD, we need them. Thank you so much.
We need them.
Thank you, April.
We need them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 800-848-9222. We're going to listen to Donald Trump again, and then we're going to take some more calls. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to vote. America's CEO, Donald J. Trump, April 8th, November 8th. I tell you, my mind, it's 1:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? November 8th, 2016, this year. Okay, 800-848-9222. We got a little Donald Trump going on over here.
Welcome to the boardroom.
She thinks it's all about her. I know it's all about you. I know it's all about making America great again for all Americans, all Americans. Our country lost its way when it stopped putting the American people really first. We have to go back to putting our American people first. New York is a great place. It's got great people. It's got loving people, wonderful people. When the World Trade Center came down, I saw something that no place on earth could have handled more beautifully, more humanely than New York. You're 100.
That's what I'm talking about. The next president of the United States, Donald Trump. 800-848-9222. So now,
welcome to the boardroom.
That's right, Donald. You tell him. Now listen, like we've been saying tonight, right? We heard the Congressional Oversight Committee with the chairman that Comey agreed. He said yes, Hillary Clinton has allowed unsecure people that haven't gone through security clearance to access classified documents, right? We also know that security is a total amateur hour. We know that too. We know that Hillary Clinton shared a network with the Clinton Foundation, ClintonEmail.com, which was Hillary Clinton's server, and Bill Clinton's server was PresidentClinton.com. They shared a network, commingling information. Very, very, very possible. We know that the tech aide pleaded the fifth 125 times. So why is Hillary Clinton taking a server outside of the purview of the American people and making it private? That there's no intent there? There's no intent to hide information? Here she goes. She knows. So let me ask you, is the reason why she took this server off the U.S. State Department network, why haven't, this is the question I'm asking, why hasn't the Obama-Clinton administration designated the following as terrorist entities? Boko Haram. Hillary Clinton refused to recognize one of the most horrific, heinous, radical Islamist group in the world, Boko Haram, as a terrorist entity. And did you know that the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, the Benghazi precursor group that took out Gaddafi, was designated a terrorist entity back in 2004, early 2000s, by the State Department, her department, right? And what happened was, according to Claire Lopez, AIM.org, and other scientists in the Islamic field of counterterrorism, claims that the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group was the group that we, through Qatar, through Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, we materially supported an Al-Qaeda affiliate, the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group. Well, this Libyan Islamic Fighting Group was delisted from the State Department, in other words, taken off the terrorist list in 2015. And guess what? The leader of the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, Abdel Hakim Belhaj, according to Claire Lopez, now, today, is running ISIS in Syria. Is that why Hillary Clinton took that server out of the purview of the American people? And Muslim Brotherhood, Holy Land Foundation trial, 246 Muslim Brotherhood operatives, right? All these front organizations like CARE, Council of American Islamic Relations, NAIT, Islamic Society in North America, North American Islamic Trust, the Iranian Alevi Foundation, 650 Fifth Avenue case, are operating within the United States jurisdiction. Why aren't they terrorist entities? Muslim Brotherhood? Why isn't Muslim Brotherhood designated a terrorist entity? Just go to the Holy Land Foundation trial. Palestinian Authority government, Hamas. Why aren't they designated as terrorist entities? Why was the Boston Marathon bomber, whom we captured, read his Miranda rights? And the Ross, the chairman of the House, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I got it, and Ross Lethan wrote a letter to John Kerry claiming there was de facto sanction relief granted to Iran. In other words, the State Department never did their 6-month reporting to the Congressional Oversight Committees and to the Foreign Affairs Committee on the violations of the North American, Iran, the North Korean, Iran, Syria Non-Proliferation Act. Right? Why has Hillary Clinton taken that server out of the purview of the American people? 800-848-9222. I'm kicking to Chris in Bensonhurst. We're going to move the rest of the night. What's poppin', Chris?
How you doing, Frankie? Listen, I want to give my condolences to the police officers in Dallas that gave their lives.
Absolutely.
But listen, beyond that, what about when Hillary Clinton get interviewed by the FBI? From what I understand, they didn't even have a recording of the actual conversation and a transcript. Why wasn't there a transcript of that situation?
That's crazy. And then Comey's got the audacity to tell everybody he didn't talk to anybody about what the things he was going to say for the 20 minutes that he spoke. And then as he's talking, Obama and Hillary Clinton are in a plane to a campaign site in North Carolina.
It's ridiculous. We should have a transcript of that, and they should have gave it out to the press, but they didn't do that.
Absolutely, Chris. Great point.
They're hiding something. They're hiding something.
Absolutely. Chris, thank you for the call. Absolutely.
Frankie, pump the Trump.
Absolutely. Pump the Trump tonight. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Stacy in Bergen County. What's poppin', Stacy? You there, Stacy? It's the Frankie Russo show, Stacy.
Oh.
How are you?
Right. I'm fine.
All these ladies are calling me up tonight. I know you're fine. You must be very fine. You sound fine.
Thank you. With Hillary Clinton, you guys have to understand that these people are politicians, like well into, knowing what's going on in foreign relations, what's going on in the White House. So they're not going to, you expect them to basically, get in trouble for whatever they did, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but Stacy, I understand what you're trying to say. Like you're trying to say that they're diplomats and they're trying to represent the American people to the best of their ability. But when someone blatantly lies to the American people numerous times, and then you got Comey, who conducted the investigation, says yes, Hillary Clinton allowed individuals that didn't go through security clearance to access classified documents, the secrets of America. That means China, Iran, Russia, me, you could have access to these documents. This is insanity. There's rules of law. Either we're going to follow the rules and be a nation, or we're just going to, let these politicians just run roughshod over everybody. And this is what the big problem is. This is why Donald Trump is such a big candidate, because he doesn't have all this baggage. This guy is he's a businessman that's been very, very successful. And he wants to turn this country around where he's bringing jobs back. He's bringing prosperity back to this country. He's going to bring security back. This Homeland Security, they had 72 employees on terror watch lists. That Stephen Lynch, the congressman, was up in arms. He's the guy that was he's on the Democratic side. I mean, we have to start to look at things the right way. This is no longer a Democrat-Republican issue. This is an American issue.
But I don't think Donald Trump was capable of running the country, and I'm sorry.
Really? So how do you? Okay.
I'm African American. My parents are from Jamaica. My mom is she's planning to vote for Donald Trump. I
God
told
bless
her
her.
don't say it out loud.
But okay, Stacey. So let me ask you. Thank you for the call. This is a great call. So let me ask you, why? You know, your mother's got the insights.
She's a foreigner. She understands that she came in the country legally.
Right.
She speaks English, and this is, you know, she's American. She considers her, you know, American, Jamaican, born in Jamaica.
Right.
And that's it. But, you know, the people that are coming here, they refuse to speak English. They only speak Spanish. I mean,
you're right. I mean, you know, I have Spanish friends, and they speak English and Spanish. I had Italian friends; they speak Italian and English. There's nothing wrong with that, but you got to speak English. You're 100% right,
Yeah.
Stacey. So let me ask you before we go, because I got to move. Why are you not leaning toward Trump? I don't understand.
I'm not leading. I don't think he can deal with the foreign policies.
Really?
I don't think
so let me ask you. I've outlined a lot of things that Hillary Clinton, as with her experience, what she's not done or has done, and it's horrific between the Obama Clinton State Department. I'm going to give you the macro view. Iraq, we were surging when they took over. We had Libya. We were good in there. Gaddafi was working with us. There was no more WMDs. We had Iraq. Okay, and then we had Iran. We had Iran heavily sanctioned, and now Iran is getting everything back. All our enemies are getting empowered. Israel is shrinking, and Muslim Brotherhood. They tried to get Muslim Brotherhood into Egypt. That flipped. So we had the Gaddafi coup d'etat, which was a disaster, and then from there we had the Benghazi, where we lost 4 Americans. Egypt, they tried to we had Mubarak in there, and they put Morsi in there.
Look, we don't have the best candidates up there right now. So I mean, I'm not for Bernie Sanders. My son is, you know, God bless him. But
wow, well,
I can't vote for anybody that's going to lead the country astray.
How's he going to lead the country astray? We're gonna put a pause on Muslim migration into this country. We're going to put a pause on the radicalisms, where all these radicalisms are coming from these nations. I mean, how many more innocent killings are we going to have to see before we actually do something? Stacey, thank you so much. I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you on this one, but thank you for the call. God bless you. 800-848-9222. I want to kick to Jim from New York City. Then we're going to hear from Donald Trump, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to take more calls. Jim from New York City. What's poppin', Jim?
Hey, how you doing, Frank? The officer who shot the guy in the car is Asian, and that's not being reported. I keep hearing like headline news on the radio, and they're not reporting the fact
you're talking about
he's Asian. The guy who shot the guy in the car is Asian.
Okay. I mean, you know, quite frankly, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it's unfortunate.
No, Frankie, it's important. They keep saying he's white.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and it's unfortunate that at this point, after the 50 years of civil rights and all this stuff, that we still have to look at this whole thing from that purview. From that
here's
premise.
the other thing. If you look at the shooting of the guy who was laying on the ground,
right?
The officer takes the gun out, smirks and smiles at the guy, and then pumps 5 bullets directly into his chest. That was a cold-blooded murder.
Wow, that's crazy.
If you look at the video, he's smiling as he does it.
Wow,
look at the video. Look at the frame, and you'll see it. He smirks just as he pulls the trigger.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
So,
you know,
the thing is,
Jim, I appreciate this information. You know, with these shootings and everything like that, I understand what you're saying, and you know, but
I want to make my point about it, because the black guy who did the shooting was a combat veteran from Afghanistan, and when he came back here and he saw that this week, he snapped, because you know, in his mind, you look at the guy's picture. He looks like a pretty straight up guy. Not when he's wearing the shiki, but when he's wearing the uniform.
But you know,
and he says to himself, listen, I fought for this country, and this is the way they murdered 2 black guys right on camera this week.
Jim,
cold-blooded murder, bro. Come on.
I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is
he snapped.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but we have to get more information on this thing before we start drawing conclusions.
It will make cops think twice, Frankie, before they do that. They'll think twice.
I'm not
because if they know that black guys are going to do that, they're going to think twice about their brother officers.
Jim, I have to kick to a Donald Trump. I I just want to qualify this because it's something that we have to stop jumping to conclusions. We have to get more
come
data.
on, bro. It was cold-blooded murder,
I'm
bro.
not
Come
saying
on.
it isn't or it isn't. I don't really know yet. Come on, Jim.
Come on, bro. You know as soon as you see it, bro.
I saw it.
Cold-blooded murder.
It did
Hey, listen,
on those
Frankie,
two. The guy in the car it looked very bad.
Oh, bro, come on. When you look
I
at the
didn't
one
see
on
the whole
ground,
thing. I
they're
mean,
smiling
hey,
as
Jim.
they shoot him point blank in the chest 5 times. He's smiling at the guy.
I didn't see that.
Come
I mean,
on.
if that's the
But
case,
you'll
then
see
you're
it if you
right.
look at it, you'll see
this
it.
is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you'll see it.
We can't.
Yeah.
Jim, you're right. You're entitled to your opinions. All I'm saying is that we have to allow more information to come out on this stuff before we start throwing in blame game and all this stuff
I hear you.
around. We need more
The
data.
last thing I want to say is to understand why nice ladies like Stacy, who just called, see everything emotionally rather than what's in the interest of the survival of their grandchildren. You have to see the movie on YouTube, Why Women Destroy Nations.
Well,
once you see that,
I've
you'll
never
understand
seen the movie.
why.
Thank you for the call, Jim. Let's go to Donald Trump. We're gonna listen to a little Donald Trump, and then we're gonna take the calls the rest of the night. I'm on. This show's moving to like crazy tonight. Crazy. Frankie
We will no
Russo
longer
show.
surrender
Hey.
this country or its people to the false song of globalism. The nation state remains the true foundation for happiness and harmony. I am skeptical of international unions that tie us up and bring America down. And under my administration, we will never enter America into any agreement that reduces our ability to control our own affairs. Under a Trump administration, no American citizen will ever again feel that their needs come second to the citizens of a foreign country. I will view, as president, the world through the clear lens of American interests. I will be America's greatest defender and most loyal champion. We will not apologize for becoming successful again, but will instead embrace the unique heritage that makes us who we are.
That's what I'm talking about. We got to vote America's CEO, Donald Trump, the next president, November 8, 2016.
No more pussyfooting around.
9222. It's been a crazy night. It's the first time I was able to laugh. I mean, I'm up late tonight, man. Let's go to Felix. I got to move with the rest of the night. I only got 11 minutes, Felix. What's going on?
Yo, Frankie, my bro, tell little hill bitch to look in the mirror and bark at the liar.
There we go. What's going on? What's going on, Felix? I want to move. What's going on?
All right, Frankie, we're going to have to reserve judgment on Comey, okay?
No, I'm not reserving judgment on Comey.
Wait, we can look at this at one of two ways, okay? One, he could have put his tail between his legs because Loretta Lynch met with Bill, and a week later, this comes down. He probably pointed out to her that he lives in a glass house. There's probably a live boy or a dead girl in his closet, right?
Yeah, but Felix, man,
maybe he took a trip with Bill to Pedophilia Island on the Lolita Express.
That's 100% right. That's one thing.
Okay.
But bro, wait.
But wait, here's the other side of the coin. Here's the other side of the coin. If he was to charge her right now, right, and she got convicted,
yeah,
Obama could pardon her before he gets out of office.
That is true,
okay?
but Felix,
Felix,
wait a minute. He
minute.
didn't have to do what he had. But wait a second. We're going to have a conversation. He didn't have to. He did not have to do what he did. He just could have said, listen, that he could have just sent it to the grand jury. This thing should have been sent to the grand jury.
I know that, but if she got convicted, Obama could pardon her.
But you want to know what?
But since he didn't do it,
Felix, I'm going to move.
He could charge her later.
Felix, I'm moving.
If Donald Trump makes Giuliani the prosecutor, they can nail her afterwards.
Absolutely,
when Trump's president.
But Felix, they wanted to control this. They wanted to start their campaign. So this is their way of putting everything behind them. They use Comey. Felix, thank you for the call, man. I got 10 minutes left. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Stephen, New Jersey. I want to get Annie on the line. Stephen, New Jersey. What's poppin', Steve?
Hey, Frankie, how are you, man? I love the show, man.
Thank you so much.
Stacey was a great caller.
Great caller.
My whole point of this call was because of the Stacey, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
My point is this, Frank. if you don't go out, if you dislike Donald Trump as a Republican, but you not going out and voting for him, Frankie, is like giving a vote towards Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
You know, and people don't understand this. So, Frankie, my second point is this. How come the lawyers for Hillary Clinton have not been subpoenaed yet to answer any questions about what she did?
Great point. And what's his name? The chairman of the Oversight Committee asked Comey, why didn't you look into the perjury situation?
Right.
He needs a referral. The chairman said you're going to get one in a few hours.
Right, exactly. And right. Well, and then another thing, Frankie, is this. He didn't talk to all his investigators, Frankie.
It's unbelievable what happened over here. It's unbelievable.
It's very frustrating, Frankie. I'm sorry. As an American, my father was a Vietnam vet. I was a Desert Storm vet.
God bless you.
Frustrating thing.
Thank you for your service, Steve. God bless you. Thank you for the call, man. 800-848-9222. I got like 8 minutes left. Let's go to Annie in the Bronx, and then we'll kick to Heather. The ladies are coming out tonight. Woo!
Hi, Frankie. How
What's
are
up,
you?
Annie? My Latina, she finally got to me. There I go. I'm sorry. I gotta have a little fun. I'm getting. People are upset. I get it.
It's a Friday night, yeah, and it's really
tough.
been a hard.
People are calling me up 3 a.m. Dallas snipers. What's going on over here?
You know, you had a caller, Jimmy, and he was talking about the officer that if you look, he's smiling, and you know, and it's something about thinking twice. Maybe he'll think twice. That's the problem. Our officers are being forced and being made paranoid to think twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. You know, all this streaming and all of this media, and it sears your mind when you see all the people that they kill supposedly. But we don't hear about the way they get spit on. We don't see how they get abused and when they get shot. See, when they get shot, there's no pictures. Where's the wives crying or you know, over the caskets of their husbands? None of that is there. So we only see from the perspective of the officers. And this is a really terrible time to say things like that. Now, the guy who got shot in the car, is important to make note. Just listen to the tenor. Listen to the voice of the officer. He's just out of his mind. He's like, but I told him to keep his hands up. It's like you could tell this was not his intention.
Right.
This is a very, very well, meticulously done movement.
Annie, I tell you the truth. I want to thank you for the call because I got 6 minutes left.
Okay.
But I do concur with you that we have to get more. That's what I was trying to tell Stacy. We have to get and the other callers that were talking to me about this, Jim. We have to get more data before we start to just fly and jump to all these conclusions. That's all I'm saying. I'm pro NYPD like you, and you know, we have to get more information before we start to jump to all these conclusions.
Well, yeah, I just know that this movement is old, and this goes back. The people that are intertwined with Wall Street, the Occupy Wall Street, are intertwined with this movement here, and this is all end game to take our weapons away. You cannot control a nation that has a strong police force and an external military force.
Tell them, Annie. Annie, thank you for the call. God bless you. Let's go to Heather in Connecticut. Heather in Connecticut. I'm sorry, I got 5 minutes left. Heather in Connecticut's Frankie Russo show.
Hi, Frankie. I just want to make a couple points. I really feel tonight like I'm in a burning building, and we got 2 choices. We got where we came from, Obama. He's the cause of the burn, and we got a shot to go for someone leading us out of this burning building. That's Donald Trump. And everybody is there saying, well, should we trust this man? What other choice is there? We have enough evidence to show us, anyone intelligent has enough evidence to show us that Hillary is a crook. She's
a liar.
Obama, and so much worse. There's a never-ending amount of distractions they will unleash on us to
Heather.
distract us from the important point. Let's select our leader to get us back in shape. Forget all these smaller points that will become rectified under a decent, honest leader. He doesn't have to be our president, Donald Trump. He's choosing to help our country.
Absolutely.
He's already got power. He's already got money. He's doing this. He could get killed for doing this. His
Great
family
point.
could get killed.
Heather, great point. Thank you for the call. I'm under 3. Thank you so much. Great call. Let's go to Annie in Queens. We're winding down, Annie.
God bless you, Frankie.
God bless you, too.
Okay, number one, we all have to say the rosary because this is really a fight between good and evil.
Amen.
Number two.
I like that.
Number two.
I'm a big rosary guy. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna put Hillary down. I'm only gonna say that she's never done anything I can mention because, unfortunately, she would have been a great school teacher. But law school sometimes teaches people to be too correct, and they analyze and paralyze, and they can't make decisions.
Well, I don't know. I just think Hillary knows what she's doing. She
No, she doesn't know what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing. These are not...
Frankie, she doesn't know how to get things done. Listen to me.
Yeah, but Annie.
What?
These are not stupid people. They make the laws.
No.
They know how to get around the laws.
Yeah, but Frankie, there's two kinds of people in this world.
Let me hear.
There's people who know how to get things done and make things happen.
Right.
And there's people who know how to talk and write and get good grades in school.
Okay.
I need somebody who went to business school. Actually, the best presidents in the history of the United States, were not lawyers, by the way.
Interesting point. Now, that's an interesting point you're raising. Interesting point.
Yes.
Annie, thank you for the call.
Look up the Rough Rider. Look up Roosevelt, okay?
Thank you for the call, Annie. You raised some great points. Thank you. I got 2 minutes left. Let's go to Lisa, and we'll wind it down. I'm sorry. This show is like before
Hi,
you know.
Frankie.
How you doing, Lisa?
Hi, Frankie.
How are you?
The girl that called earlier and she didn't want her mother to say she was voting for Trump.
Right.
I have a mantra. Say it loud. I'm voting for Trump and I'm proud. Say it loud. I'm voting for Trump and I'm proud. Say it with me, Frankie, right?
Absolutely.
Say it loud. I'm voting for Trump and I'm proud.
We're voting. We got to vote for America's CEO, Donald Trump, on November 8th.
Frankie, did you hear, what was it, this week Hillary said that Chris Christie is carrying Trump's coat?
Well, no, I didn't hear that. What happened?
Well, she was making fun of Chris Christie, who's hopefully going to be the vice president. What?
Hillary Clinton said that?
Yeah, she made fun of Chris Christie.
I like Chris Christie. He's a tough guy.
Oh, he would be a great vice president. So a shout out to Chris Christie.
So who do you think? So before we get off the air, because I'm winding down, who are you predicting for Donald Trump's vice president?
I hope it's Chris Christie, because Hillary's going to pick Cory Booker.
So say if it's not Chris Christie, who do you think he's going to pick?
I don't know, but it has to be Chris Christie.
You think Donald Trump will pull a rabbit out of the hat, and get John Kasich? He's best friends with Newt Gingrich. What do you think? It's a Frankie Russo show. Yeah, this show's almost gone. It goes so fast. I got people waiting online. I'm sorry, Bob from Bay Ridge, Ron from Bensonhurst. Sorry. We'll get you next week. This is the Frankie Russo show. Can't keep up with this. You can't. No way. You can't. I'll see you in the future.
This program was independently sponsored by Frankie Russo.